Alright guys, I want to do a breakdown of Serana. Let's take a look at her and see what she's all about now. So when we take a look at her, she looks exactly like Serana in a video game. She doesn't use headgear, and you can see everything is right on key with her, okay? Alright, we got her in the vampire armor and that too as well. Alright, so let's do a breakdown of the character now, okay? So, she uses, in her favorites for magic, we got Candlelight, okay? Courage, Fast Healing, Firebolt, Healing Hands, Ice Spike. I'll explain all this here in a second. So basically we're into alteration, right? We're into illusion, so that we can do things like courage and fury, right? Okay, alteration allows us to do things like light and stuff like that. We'll get into the breakdown of this later. Destruction, we're heavy into. Allows us to do firebolt, flames, frost, lightning, and sparks, which is what she does in the game, right? Conjuration, we don't do anything like this. Restoration, we are doing these right here, as you can tell, healing ourselves. Shell, we got Unrelenting Force right now. Our powers is Battle Cry. And we took the Mage's Stone, okay? Alright, so we take the Mage's Stone, alright? So let's take a look at, in terms of items, what do we have here, okay? Well, we have our steel sword, okay? So we use the steel sword, one-handed. We have a bow for backup for things that we can't get at, like dragons or that. Otherwise, we just do that. We travel light, okay? Alright? And we have this thing right here. Gives us 30 magic, okay? We have just the light armor in that. We have another ring here that gives us magic. We have the vampire armor. So we're doing light armor, we're doing the vampire armor, okay? This is the dark armor. There's also a light armor too as well, right? And we're using the Imperial light bracers. That's it. We don't use a helmet at all. We don't use any headgear because she doesn't wear any headgear in the game, okay? Alright? Okay, so that's that part right there. Alright, now let's go up here and take a look at her this way, okay? So now when we take a look at our character this way, we're into light armor. So we go into light armor and we take all of these perks, right, for light armor. Alright, okay? Alright, we don't sneak, we're not a sneak. We only lockpick when we come across loot. We don't really pickpocket. I just did that to join the Thieves Guild, you know. Speech is what it is. Do a little bit of alchemy just for health, you know, but really don't need it. Illusion we do a lot of. This allows us to do things like fear, calm, and turn invisible. And vampires do that. They can calm their victim, they can cause fear to them, and they can turn invisible. Okay, alright? We don't conjure anything. We're heavy into destruction. This is our major offensive weapon, where we have fireballs, ice spikes, lightning bolts, right? And what I'm doing here, as you can tell, is I'm just sticking with the flames, and then I want to go to intense flames. This is where I'm starting, right? And then you could do shock and frost as well if you want to, okay? Alright? We do not dual weld or anything like that. We do not do runes. We can do deep freeze and disintegrate. Okay? Alright? We can go all the way up to master level if you like. With this one right here, okay? That's our big one, right? Restoration we are into. And what we're doing here is we do respite, which are respite, whatever you want to call this, which heals our spells, our healing spells, also restore stamina. I got to put a point into that. We do regeneration. We do necromage. We don't do wards because we don't cast wards, okay? And we do recovery, and we do avoid death. Okay? And you can take this all the way up to master level if you like to, you know. Alteration. We do this for magical protection and paralysis. Okay? Alright? Enchanting is what we heavily invest in. This is going to be massive. Okay? Between this and destruction is where we really want to focus on. As you can see, I'm into 60 on this, right? So I'm really focused on this. Why? Because we want to get our enchanting up here, and then we want to go up the first two branches. So the one in the middle and the one on the left. And I would start with the one on the left. This allows us to do fire better, frost better, storm better. And then when we go up the middle allows us to do our skills are better, our health, magicka, and stamina are better, and then we get the extra one here is where we're going at. So we're doing these two here all the way, okay, alright? It's extremely important for this character, alright, that we get heavy into enchanting our stuff, right? We do just a little bit of smithing, just enough to be able to do the light gear that we already have, right? Which we already have, so we don't need elven or anything like that, or advanced or glass or dragon armor or anything like that, because we already have our armor. Our armor is vampire, okay? So we just want the first perk there, right? Okay, to make our stuff superior. And that reason why that we have steel there is so that we can use our steel sword, you know, and that sort of thing, okay? We don't block, we don't do heavy armor, we do one-handed sword. I think I already covered this, I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, we do our arm span here, we do fighting stance, we do bladesman, we do savage strike, critical charge, and paralyzing strike, okay, is what we do with this one, alright? Okay, we do a little bit of archery when we need it, okay, it's our backup, like when we're fighting dragons and that, but mainly we stick to magic every time we can. We do light armor, and we do all the perks in light armor, okay, like all of them, alright, okay? And we just wear the vampire armor that we got, we just use the sword that we got, and that's it, okay, alright? And we do a little bit of lock picking, like I said, when we come across loot and that. I only did this so that we can join the Thieves Guild, you know, kind of thing, right, okay? So with this character, we're going to join the Mages Guild, you know, primarily because that's what we are, right? So that's the breakdown of that part of it. There's the looks of her cosmetically. You can see, like, you know, how she looks here, right? Vampire armor, just like she does in the video game, right? You know, with no headband there. And we just use the steel sword there, one-handed, and bow and arrow in case we need it, right? Okay, alright? So that's what she looks like that way. In terms of powers, we got our battle cry. We do restoration. We do destruction massively. Destruction big time. You can see here I got firebolt and ice, but we also got flames and we got frost, right? Okay? Alright? We do illusion for courage and fury and stuff like that, so we can convince people to be our thralls and make them do our bidding by doing courage, right? We can do fury and cause other people to fight themselves and that kind of stuff, right? So it's actually a really cool build. And we got candlelight here, oak flesh, you know, to increase our armor and that kind of stuff, right? You know, so there you go. Our favorites here so far are ice spike, healing hands, fireball, fast healing, courage, and candlelight is what we got so far for favorites, right? So that gives you a really good idea of the direction we're going with this character. And we'll just take a look at some of our quests here and see what we're doing. Oh yeah, to buy stuff, you just go to get her armor, you just go over to Solitude, right? And you get the armor there, right? Okay? You can buy the vampire armor, alright? And to get the stone right there, you just want to go there, you know? Okay, alright? And that's basically how we're role-playing, and we're role-playing it as a vampire that can walk through the day, you know, and so we want to do spells that Serana does in the game, right? So that's what we're doing here, okay? Alright? So we can do the main quest and all that kind of stuff. We can join the Mages Guild. As you see, there's a marker up here. We're in Windhelm right now doing something there, but we joined the Mages Guild, okay? Alright? And let's just see what we got going on in our journal here. Let me see now. So we can join the Dark Brotherhood, okay? We can join, you know, the Mages Guild. As you can see, we did a lot here with the Mages Guild, right? More stuff with the Mages Guild. Yeah, it's everything with the Mages Guild, eh? A little bit in the Thieves Guild, just to, we can do stuff there too as well, okay? Alright? And that's what we've done there so far. We can have followers because we attract people to us because we're attractive, right? And we have spells that make them fall under our illusion, because that's what vampires do. They seduce people, right? To do their bidding for them. So we have spells that do that. Okay. Alright? So just to show you here, so you see, like, you know, all my different spells here, right? And all my different sets here.
Whoa! Hope you know what you're doing with those flames there.
Alright? So that gives you an idea of the character there. There's our healing, or we can go fire. Alright? So there you go. That's where we're at with this character right here. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks a lot for watching, and that's Serana.